Brought to you by The Vault.
Hi, I'm Shy.
And I'm Kathy, and this is our Girlfriends Talk Show where each week we have fun and we spill the tea.
Or the wine. Be sure to find us wherever you listen to your podcast and follow us on social media.
Hey everybody, welcome to Girlfriends Talk Show with Shy, Kathy, and the Side Chicks. And this happens to be season 2, episode 9. So if you've been hanging in there the whole time, you know that we've grown up.
And we are we are recording this in front of a live studio audience. So if you're just listening to us on Spotify or Apple.
Yes, thank you.
I always want to say iPhone. Then please subscribe to us on YouTube so you can watch the episodes, because sometimes those are a lot more entertaining.
Well, I mean, you get to see reactions and you get to see the split screen. You get to check out all these beautiful faces that are on here, and they're beautiful faces behind the camera as well. You just can't see
One day
them.
we'll turn the camera around.
Yes, that'll be a good day, won't it?
So today's episode is all about love languages.
Yeah, what is your love language? So that's a pretty famous book that Shy just held up.
I want to say it came out in 1992.
Let me check it out because the copyright date's in there.
I think 1992. I'm not sure.
The number 1 New York Times bestseller.
It was a big book during my very first marriage counseling session to my very first and second husband.
The first time?
The first time.
Okay. It's very confusing.
To catch y'all up, I've been married 5 times to 3 people.
I'm still looking. 1992, you're right. So that's right. 92, 95, 04, 2010, 2015. So that's how many times he's updated it. Dr. Gary Chapman has made a lot of money off trying to figure out what people's love language is.
And once you figure out what your love language is, or the people you live with, life is so much easier.
So do you know that they actually have so you can go online and you can find out you can discover what your love language is. And they have 4 different tests, 4 different categories that you can take. And we're not being endorsed by Gary Chapman or love languages. It's just kind of fun.
Inspired by the book. Yeah, I did.
Well, and then you inspired me when I was going through a rocky time in my marriage. My wedding was easy. The wedding was really easy. The marriage is, difficult sometimes. Only sometimes.
There she goes, getting nervous again. You see her getting nervous when she starts talking about it.
Just get really weird. Anyway,
some more wine?
so
Here, give me
I
more wine.
always need more wine. Anyway, it's like taking a Cosmo quiz. So you can go just Google 5 love language quiz, and you can take it if you're in a couple, if you're single, if you're a child, or you can take it for your child if they're young. And then there's another one. I can't remember what the other one was.
Teen, I think.
Maybe.
Learning your children's love language.
That would have been so smart.
And
Have you done that?
No, well,
I did. Well, I learned this about love languages in the 90s. However, I did not apply it to my children because I was still a child myself. So I didn't really.
but I don't think they
I
had.
just applied it to my marriage, not thinking that I could pass it.
I don't think he'd
anywhere
written
else.
that yet in the 90s. Like, I think that was more of a 2000s iteration of
The kids part?
Yeah. But I would have loved to have known. And I can pretty much guess what they are. But I mean, it's
Well,
a guess.
after I finally figured it out, life became a little easier, especially with me and my daughter, since she is more like you. And then you came along, and
Yeah.
so that's how I understand you, because I understand my daughter, and y'all two are the same people, and I'll tell you why coming up in the next segment, because that's when we will reveal our love languages.
Yeah, so you guys have time, of course, to just go pop on your phone or wherever else and take the quiz and see if you're more like Shy Kathy, MK, or Katie.
They're all
And
very different, I feel like.
yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, mine, I took it again, even though I knew what it was, and it's even stronger now. So again, we talked about our love language background. You introduced me to it. So, yeah.
That was a long time. Like I said, this was at a marriage counseling session that I did not want to be at because I already knew the marriage.
Canceling? Was it
Canceling.
marriage canceling? Because
that's what happened.
You did cancel your marriage.
I canceled it out. And while I was in there, I was thinking the whole time, you know what? This marriage is canceled.
Counseling is not going to work. It's canceled.
Yeah. And they're telling me about this book, and they send us home with this book, and we take the little quiz, and
Because
obviously
it was in the back of the book at that time.
obviously he's completely different than I am, which was part of the problem. But we were kids and didn't really care to change our ways or to, because we realized that this marriage was canceled.
But then you tried it again. You
Well, we tried it
you
again
reinstated it.
because, well, I won't even get into that part. But yeah, that it did not work at the time. But as I got older and I resorted back to the book, I was like, this makes a whole lot of sense. So I read it thoroughly, and life changed from that point.
Well,
And
surprise,
I am
surprise.
now a better person.
There you go. Surprise, surprise. My
I'm now
husband.
perfect.
Yeah, she is.
Don't
Thank
hate
you,
me
Gary
for it.
Chapman.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
she is.
much. Speaking of perfect, not to get off key, well, to kind of get off key before we go into our second segment of revealing our love languages. Speaking of perfect, so, you know, we didn't we talk about in our last segment about my jugs?
Yeah, we did talk in the last episode about your
So
jugs.
everybody knows now, thanks to Kathy, that
Well, I mean,
I have 5-year-old jugs, new jugs.
It's not like you've hidden that.
No, I haven't. I don't care. You know, I don't care about anybody knowing anything.
So you
which
definitely want to go to YouTube now.
could really be part of my problem. But anyway, speaking of those, sometimes the downfall to having a set of new jugs is pointers.
Oh,
Oh, the headlights?
Yes.
headlights.
And I was warned about that when I went to go get these.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
The doctor warned you?
the doctor did say it's possible that
Warning.
you can have pointers for
Side
the rest of
effects.
your life.
Like all the time.
So all the time. And I don't really understand why, or they could be dead. It was one of the two. Now,
There's no in between.
I don't
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, they can't just be normal.
After they cut the nipple completely off and set it to the side, I don't
They
think
put
they
it in
could
some
ever-
liquid
Well, I was hoping he would.
in a
I was
pan.
like, if you put them over my eyelids, because you know they have to close your eyes, at least write L and R on them so you'll know which one it goes
she
on.
actually asked him to do that.
I wanted to make sure the right nipple went on the right boob
What would it
Don't want to
matter?
get the nipple switched.
because they're a little different. Anyway,
They look exactly the same.
not really. Not really.
Okay, well, I've studied them.
All right, and to complete this nipple talk, so today, if you're watching YouTube, I'm wearing a white T-shirt, and I'm wearing a nude bra underneath it. Now, I don't like to wear like high support bras because I got a $10,000 job. I'm not buying those bras. That was the main reason. You know,
No,
what I
I
mean?
thought it was other reasons.
Well, the main reason was because it's hot during the summer and I'm not wearing those stupid padded underwire, push it all together bras. It's too hot for all that. So you just wear these normal ones with just a little bit of padding, but the nip still shows through. So what do you do?
Some high strength.
What do you do in a case like that?
Band-Aids.
I have done that.
Band-Aids,
I have done
or
the
you could
Band-Aid
do
trick.
the old nipple covers, the little, what do you call them?
Stickies.
The little stickies.
They're shaped like little flowers or something. Yeah.
So I find myself in the bathroom after I put on my white shirt, no stickies yet, in this bra, and I'm like looking in the mirror. I'm like, dang it, they're there. And then I'll kind of walk away, and then I'll come back, and they're not there anymore.
Oh.
But when I think about it, they come back. I can
Oh,
make
that's a
them-
good party
You can
trick.
make
I
your
can make them
nipples-
come out like that.
That
Hey,
that might be a good skill.
that's a freaking good party trick, man.
I'm telling you.
Hey, so for
If
the
I
next
didn't
segment,
have my patches on right now, I would totally do it.
for the
y'all.
next segment, we're
Like
going
right now,
to
they're
need
getting
you
hard.
to step out of the vault, go take those off, and then do your party trick for us when we come back.
That is true control over the body. So, anyway, when we come back,
No, we've got a side chick question of the day.
We do. We do.
Sorry, I got sidetracked on
With
the
your
nips.
nipples. My Lord.
So the question is,
We always go off key on the first segment.
Yeah.
what challenge would you like to see your best friend take on? So Shy and Kathy, y'all answer for each other, and then me and MK will answer.
Can y'all answer first so I can think? Because there's
Yes.
quite a few. I just need to figure out which one first.
Okay, go.
So it doesn't have to be like an organized challenge. It can just be like a life challenge.
Yeah, I think it can be a life challenge.
Okay.
Oh, I know it now. Okay, good.
Oh no.
Now, who are we speaking of, MK?
Katie.
Katie. Okay, Katie. So what challenge would you like to see
What
Kayla?
challenge?
Katie.
A boyfriend. She needs a boyfriend. That would be
That's a
enough.
challenge.
The boyfriend challenge. But wait, there has
Wait, I
to,
think I'm confused. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not like.
there has to be a component of challenge. So
So like, get. I don't. But I don't
So
want
I'm
you to get a
challenged.
better job. Because then
Okay.
you'd be gone.
Okay, I'll give you mine,
Okay.
and then we'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to see you be more confident in yourself.
Okay.
Because you're always saying things negative about yourself, like your hair or you feel this
I know
way,
you said
whatever.
that right when I walked in today.
And I don't
you need
like
to
it,
stop
and I
that.
don't think you need to do that. And so
This
I
is
wish
your
that
intervention.
you would take this challenge.
That's
Like,
not what I thought I'd
you
had
would
an
just-
intervention for.
however you need to feel more confident in
Okay, okay.
yourself.
All
then
right.
do that.
Okay. Just change the subject.
Yours is I would like to see you.
These sound like weird
Grow
wedding
taller.
bells.
Make your nipples
Grow
hard.
taller.
You're already perfect.
Y'all wouldn't
you don't
be-
need a
Oh
challenge.
my god.
So it's a growth challenge?
Get on my level, bitch.
I don't think I can get that tall.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it would be very challenging.
I think she's through growing. Okay. My
Maybe y'all
challenge-
go and then I'll have such a better one.
My challenge for Kathy
Yeah.
is to lighten the hell up
Oh.
in the sense of
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to qualify those?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Because there's so many things I want to do with you and so many places I want to take you, but you don't want to go because you don't want to stay at an Airbnb. You don't want to go
Why?
kayaking. You don't want to go like on a hiking trail. You don't want to go to like awesome caves and see things.
I've been to caves.
You don't. Okay,
I've been to
Ben.
one cave.
You don't want to do anything like that. The only thing that we can do together
Shop.
is shop, and I don't like that.
And we like to eat and drink. And we
Fancy stuff.
we like to snuggle.
We do snuggle. That's the only thing we do that I really, really, really like, and I'm okay with.
We do like to hang out at pools. Oh God.
Really? That's
everything,
weird.
everything's so
Weird things I
fancy.
like to do.
And the one time that she compromised with me and we didn't go fancy, it was amazing.
Oh no, it wasn't.
What was it?
Yes, it was.
It really was
We
not.
can't tell the story.
Okay.
We have told
We've-
the story before, but I'm
have
not.
we? We
I'm not telling
vowed
it
that we
anymore.
weren't going to tell the
Wait,
story.
is that the MC Hammer story?
No,
Oh.
no. This is the escalator story.
Oh no, I'll never
In New
tell that
Orleans.
I thought they
part.
had
Exactly.
names.
But it was a
Subscribe
wonderful.
and you can get the escalator story.
It was a wonderful.
Nobody
time.
can have that
She
story.
let loose. She actually went to a bar and ordered. Well, the first thing she ordered was a vodka tonic with a squeeze of
No,
lime.
yeah,
And I was like,
no, it
Kathy,
was
they
no,
don't-
it wasn't. It was a
don't Miller
vodka.
Lite?
It was
They-
a vodka tonic with a splash of grapefruit and extra lime.
this bar was a dive bar in
He
New
made me my
Orleans
drink, man.
That and the bartender only popped tops of beer, and she's going in there asking for that.
He made me my drink. It's probably what happened.
He was not happy about
No,
it.
it's probably.
So finally, after that, she started drinking Miller Lite, and things went great. No olives, no
A
martinis.
year and a half
Things
later,
were
I'm
great.
still getting DMs.
So that's my challenge for you. My challenge for you is to lighten up a little bit so we can actually go do something that I really want to do with you. I'll bring the bug spray.
It's making me really anxious now. My challenge for you is to lock yourself in your house with all four of the dogs that you've got right now that you're babysitting, your two dogs and your one cat, and you have to lock yourself in there for 48 hours on the weekend. You cannot drink anything, and you have to be nice to all of them. That's my challenge.
That's not going to happen. I couldn't do it.
So there you go. We were
She choked her
FaceTiming.
wine just thinking about
We were
that.
shame all of us.
FaceTiming the other night. I'm in the bathtub,
I
right?
cannot stand
She's
my
like,
situation right
look at these freaking dogs. Look at all of it. And then the cat's running around. She's calling it a little bitch. I mean, it's like, this is hilarious.
now. I can't stand it. I cannot. We're watching her parents' dogs. Those are two dogs. We have our two dogs. We got the cat that was never supposed to come in the house, but freaking thing comes in the house now because my wife is Snow White. And
She is.
at the end of the day,
She's calling birds in.
They all just sit on the couch with me. I'm all the way on this side trying to get away from everybody, and she's over there. And all four dogs, one above her head, two down on her leg, one laid up right here on her breast. The cat is like kind of just swimming around looking for a place to get, and I'm like, where the hell am I? And why am I here with all
So,
these animals?
If you want me to go do something awful with you like that, then you've got to lock yourself up in the house for a weekend with all those animals.
Let's just say we just continue doing what we've been doing.
Agreed.
It's been working out so far. I feel like.
Just can't.
1000%
It works.
agree.
Me
So-
and my wife don't argue about really much of anything. But that
better
with the animals, We argue. Just like today, we're all sitting on the couch, and like I said, that scenario is going on. And I get up because the dogs are slowly migrating to my side. I get up and I go sit on the recliner. Well, she's like, well, why are you sitting over there? I'm like, honey, I don't feel like sitting with dogs. I'm sorry.
So the way that you feel about that is the way that I feel about cave spelunking and hiking and staying in Airbnb.
What's going on over there?
I was like, get a boyfriend? I didn't realize it was such a challenge.
She's sitting over here like you've got something else.
It's time.
Please.
It's time to break this segment up and,
We're
go
talking
ahead and
about
let you
marital
guys
problems. They're
listen.
talking about just getting a boyfriend. Okay, so,
No, really.
I mean.
All right. Well, in the next segment, we're not
What a
going to talk
generation
about our
gap.
problems. We're going to talk about our solutions. So
Okay.
you definitely want to come back for that. And I challenge you
One
to
more
come back
line.
for that.
Just chugged mine. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Hey, you! Yes, you! Watching or listening to this amazing podcast hosted by two of the most dynamic and brilliant women you'll ever meet. Advertise with us and watch your business grow as big as our heads. Seriously, hit us up at vault.news/contact and find out how affordable you can advertise on our show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Girlfriends Talk Show. Premature on the second segment, man. It happens to
You
the
always
best
get
of
me
us.
on my clap.
It happens to the best of us.
All
All right, so we're talking about the 5
Those
love
that don't
languages.
watch us on YouTube, by the way, will not get that.
No, it's true.
So find us on YouTube and hit subscribe. It does not cost you anything.
Why are people confused about that?
I don't know. I was too.
Boomers.
I was too in the beginning.
Boomers.
And
Sorry.
and it's Gen X. It's me too.
No, don't classify me in that.
Because you work for an IT company, so obviously
I knew
you
before.
Okay, whatever.
I work for a
you know a
marketing
lot of
company
dumb
and an IT.
crap. Like you know a lot of
This
things.
is getting ugly, and you're not talking my love language right now.
so sorry.
You
Now-
know,
now I am.
tomorrow, Saturday is National Girlfriend, or tomorrow is National Girlfriend's Day?
Saturday, I think.
Saturday is National Girlfriend's Day, and you're not
August
being a
1st.
girlfriend.
I'm being a sweet girlfriend. I gave you wine. So I forgot what I was
This is called
saying.
payback.
Love languages.
Yeah.
Let's talk about love languages because I totally forgot. Anyway, no, I know what I was talking about. If you watch us on YouTube, you know what we're talking about. So
Subscriptions are
subscribe.
free.
Subscriptions are free. Before I even started this podcast, I had no idea that you hit subscribe and it was free. I'd never watched a podcast before until I started one.
They'd have to collect your payment information.
And well, I didn't know any of that. I didn't think about it. My payment information is already all over my phone. So I'm like, well, they'll just grab it from there. You know, I don't know.
You poor, poor darling.
So anyway, for those that are ignorant like myself,
They wouldn't be watching. or
it doesn't
listening.
matter. No, they can watch without subscribing. If you have not hit the subscribe button, just do it.
Oh, that's right.
Sure.
You can get to us from Facebook
just
too.
do
If you're on
Like Nike.
Facebook, go to Girlfriends Talk Show with Shy and Kathy. You can like us there, or you can go to Instagram because our fantastic Sawyer set up an Instagram, and I continue to
I need
keep
to
it
figure out how to work it.
alive. You haven't. I sent you the link to sign up for Instagram.
Wow, she had to send you a link.
I did.
I don't even know what to do.
Who's 10 years older? Kathy is. Okay. So anyway, not your love language. All right. So basically the reason you want to determine your love language, you don't even have to be a couple, right? You don't have to be in a
No.
relationship to
You
determine
can be
it.
a mother. You can be a father. You could be
friend.
whatever,
A friend.
But when you determine your love language, then you can see others' love language because
Kinda, sorta.
you'll understand when you read the
You
book.
are more perceptive to it.
you will understand it, and that way you will understand the person better.
It's true. And, if you are in a relationship or in a friendship, because I think that there are things that are, incredibly similar, any kind of relationship, honestly, then you do want to know how you give and receive love, quote unquote, right? And then you can kind of pick up the cues from the other person. So,
One of the main ways, you can, if you haven't taken the test or you don't feel like taking the test, think
Yeah.
about it like this. How do you show love? How do you show somebody that you care about them? 90% of the people that show...
is
Well,
that a
there's-
real statistic or are
Yes,
you
it
just
is. In
throwing
the
it
book.
out there?
There's a
Okay.
90% chance that the way you show and the way you give is actually your love language.
Absolutely.
So
Which sometimes isn't the correct way.
which
for somebody
sometimes
else.
For the other
isn't
person.
their
Right.
love language, which might be why you might be butting heads with somebody.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I was with my
But
children.
You love each other, but you're
You
just
don't-
not showing each other the right way.
Absolutely.
You feel like you're showing somebody love and that you appreciate them, but they aren't receiving it because it's not their language. It's like speaking Chinese to an English person, an English speaking person. You're speaking two different languages and nobody's picking up what you're throwing down.
It's a communication barrier.
Yes.
That's exactly right. So that's what this book and theory, aims to start working on. So Gary Chapman, the person that developed this, and I'm sure there's some other programs too, said that there are 5 different ways, major ways that people express and receive love, right? And they include words of affirmation, which means what, Shy? Hearing sweet things about themselves.
I love that.
Yes, she does. Acts of
I
service.
love to hear attaboys.
Yep. Acts of service.
Doing something nice for someone.
Yeah. Receiving gifts.
A little token.
It is not about that. And I'm going to get real defensive right now and then y'all can figure it out. But anyway, that's my love language. But receiving gifts basically means receiving something. It doesn't have to be anything that's worth anything. It would not have to. It does not matter. But the person that is giving it to you understands you well enough, knows the things that you like, that you don't even have to tell them what you like. They just know it because they love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Quality time. I don't think we have to talk about that.
Nope.
I mean, that's spending time with the person that you...
And physical touch.
Oh, gosh.
So let's get into our love languages as I physically touch you.
Thanks. I don't have
You're
to
very
touch...
sweaty.
I don't have to touch myself.
You're very sweaty right now.
I'm a little warm.
Would you like to touch my
Hot
pasties?
down here in the vault. No, not right this second. Maybe later.
They're very
Jeez.
sweaty too.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and start
probably
with side
slipping.
chicks because I challenged them today during our work day to take the love language quiz. And I'm
Had y'all ever heard of the love language book?
Yes, actually, no, not the book. My brother asked me what my love language was the other day, and I was like,
And
"What?"
her brother's 17.
My brother is 17.
Oh,
He is a
Nice.
developed little human.
He's going to be a good
He
little
preaches
husband
to
one
me
day.
sometimes, but no, he asked me what my love language was, so we took the quiz together. And he was like, "I understand you now." So
Oh, that's
it was really
cute.
sweet.
What
Aw,
is it?
little
Like, what's your
brother.
What's mine? So my top 2 are quality time and acts of service.
So basically, you like spending time with somebody that you care about,
Yes.
doing something that you enjoy. And acts of service means that you appreciate when somebody does something thoughtful for you or they take up a little bit of your slack. Now,
Yes.
again, this doesn't just have to apply to romantic relationships.
No, and quality time, I don't just think about like, doing an activity per se. Maybe we're just like all hanging out with our friends and, hanging out together and we're both enjoying it together. And that's quality
This
time.
explains why you never miss a party.
Yes.
She has FOMO too. I mean, that's a whole different part.
She never misses a
have
party.
FOMO.
Like she will always be there. You
I had
call her
major
she's like,
FOMO
I'm
when I
there.
was young. I was like, no, I've got to go. I don't feel good. I don't
true.
care, but I have to go.
So MK, what are yours?
Mine are it's like 23% or 33% acts of kindness.
So that's
And
your number
then
one.
Acts-
Service.
yeah.
Service, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
So somebody just doing something for you. Say you don't really feel good and your boyfriend Andrew goes and has your oil changed for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hardcore, yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your second one, MK?
The second one is quality time.
Sweet.
Or
Flip-flop.
time, yeah.
So wait,
So you two are
Come
pretty
on.
much the same, but
yeah, they
flip-flop.
really are, but they're a little bit opposite. So
And Andrew's the same as I am, but just different percentage.
That's really cute.
they're the same.
So you guys just had a whiskey. Wait, was it boys' weekend? What
Yeah,
did
we
y'all
had a
just?
bro weekend.
A bro weekend.
It was just
She
us
and
two,
Andrew.
but we
They had a bro
broed out
weekend.
hardcore. Like
Nice.
beer, golf,
Yeah.
ramen noodles for dinner,
Yeah.
Lay's
Isn't
potato
that
chips.
cute?
We got the family size and ate the entire thing.
That's amazing. Walked
Coke
around
floats.
naked, did the helicopter.
See,
All of it.
Perfect.
All of it.
Like that's
Do you
That-
know what I am 0%
dream vacation.
of?
my goodness,
Physical touch.
she's 0%. You're 7, and I'm 10.
0%
Don't
physical
touch me.
so I think we can pretty
I
much
love
all
being touched.
Oh,
I
really?
love it.
No.
I love it. Even like by the random guy on the bus sitting next to you.
They know you're riding the bus all the time.
I mean, I've
But
never
that's
ridden
okay.
the bus, but I feel like that's the closest you can get,
Oh my
right?
gosh. No.
Well,
All right. So in our revealing, it is no surprise that Kathy's number one is gift giving.
no, it's receiving gifts, man.
Receiving
But,
gifts.
I mean,
gift
so
giving.
again, I'm going to
She's
get real
a great gift giver.
Yes.
Because that is her love language.
It
That makes
is.
sense.
It makes it hard for me as a best friend to give her things because that is like one of my least.
I am
Yeah.
a bad gift giver.
And I'm
I'm the worst.
and
Because y'all don't care
the
about
whole
it.
time, like for her birthday, for Christmas, and just for random things, I'm constantly thinking, what would Kathy want me to get? I have major anxiety problems because of this.
She does. She gets real clutched up.
Christmas
I do.
approaches, and you're like, what
And
am I
then when I
giving
give it to her, I give her the gift, and I'm like, I know this is probably not the right
She
thing.
does.
This is
That's
so
exactly
horrible. This is
what
such
she
a horrible
says.
gift. Like I second guess myself 100 times before I give it to her.
I know, and it makes me feel really badly that you put that much stress on yourself. But
to make it even a little more personal. So one of the things I got her was an
Oh, no.
amazing
Here we go.
bracelet, wrap bracelet slash.
I
You
just-
could also use it as a necklace.
Oh,
Oh, I
she
love
knows.
those.
It was so cool, right? And it was, a little pricey. So I'm
it
like,
was. I saw them
this
this past
is
weekend when I
a
was shopping.
perfect gift. And I'm going to give it to Kathy because she loves to accessorize, right?
Yeah.
I do.
I
She
never
hated
saw
it?
her wear it. About a year and a half later.
No, it was no.
It was a year and a half later.
No, it was not. It was
Okay.
like 3 years later.
Okay, we'll say 3. Let's say 2 to compromise.
All right.
I get a gallon-sized Ziploc bag of a bunch of jewelry because she just cleaned out her jewelry,
And that was in it. Oh, shy baby.
and that was in it.
That makes me so sad.
I was happy, one, because I loved it,
She did.
Yeah.
and I wear it a lot. I was sad because I was like, "Yep, I screwed up another gift."
I never said you screwed it
Oh.
up.
Well,
I
you
knew.
never wore
I
it.
knew that you would love it, so that's why I gave it back to you.
You didn't even know it was
I
in the
didn't know it was
bag.
in there.
I feel that so hardcore.
I was just cleaning out my jewelry box, and I'm like, "Ooh." She was like, I just want to let you know that bracelet was in there." Because I always, like, when I clean my jewelry box out, I give her all my stuff, and I'm like, whatever you don't want, just throw it away. I mean, And she was like, "Oh, by the way, that really expensive whatever that I got you." And I was like, "I just figured it'd be better rehomed with you." And then I was thinking, "No, I didn't know it was in there."
I knew you lied. I knew you had made that up, but
try
I'll let
to-
you have it.
I try
just
to
to
make
make
it
you feel better.
Simple for people because I like to talk about the things that I like. You know the things that I like just as well as my husband
But
does.
they're all very expensive.
no.
Yes,
A
every
bottle
time
of wine
we,
is not expensive, and
every-
I'd be super happy if you
and that's
brought me
pretty much
that.
all I give you
And that's fine.
now.
I'm good. Or a
But-
subscription of wine.
Like, I mean, I hear you talk
Hint,
about
hint.
this
Or wine
particular
court.
jewelry store that you like, and the jewelry that's in it is pretty expensive. So
Well, I don't want you to go there and get that.
well,
That's for other
and then
people.
I hear you talk about your silk stuff, and then I hear you talk about your this
Silk
and your
mask,
that.
your silk pillow.
And I'm like, dude, I'm not
I
not
really
your
Oh,
need,
husband,
like,
I'm
a
not spending
manicure.
that on you. So what is something a little less expensive for a
Oh, Lord
person
have
who thinks she's
mercy. I
bougie?
guess
I
maybe
bet
this
you
is
could
high
make her
stress.
something so badass that she would love.
Yes, honestly, you could write me a letter that was really sweet.
Oh, whatever.
We could
I
get together
swear
on
to you,
this.
you could bring me one pink rose, and I would be happy as a bird in the sunshine.
I brought you 2 figs.
Burn the sunshine.
And not only did I
Oh.
bring her 2 figs,
I asked for them too.
she asked for the 2 figs. I was picking. Now, if you know figs, and if anybody is familiar with figs, by the way,
They're
in
sticky.
Spanish they're called higos. If you know anything
you know what a
about
banana
those,
is in Spanish?
banana.
Yeah,
They only last a couple of days fresh before they start
Mm-hmm.
mushing up really bad, right?
Got it. Can
I didn't know that.
Gotta can them things or freeze them.
I didn't know.
So I bring her and I picked the 2 most perfect figs.
You didn't tell me that.
And I brought them to her in a nice little
It was cute.
bowl.
It was very cute.
Did she eat them?
I came
No.
back Monday and they were
Rotten.
mushy.
So I gave you the most simple of gifts and you still didn't accept.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
This is breaking my
I'm
heart.
40% receiving gifts. I'm 27% acts of service. So don't tell me what you like about me. Just show me. Period. And then on the other hand, my husband, bless his heart, and my best friend over here, they're the complete opposite.
Yes.
So receiving gifts is all the way on the bottom for my husband. Number one is words of affirmation. Words literally don't say anything to me and really
I
don't touch me. I'm a
love-
ton of fun.
Attaboys.
I'm a ton of fun.
Words of affirmation are my
I
number
do
3.
too.
I
Words
love
of
to hear.
affirmation is my number 3.
And I would even tell my boss at work, look, if you'll just like say all the things
She's
that
a
I'm
total words
doing
person.
right rather than all the things I'm doing wrong, I might still be there. Anyway, oh, yes, words of affirmation are pretty important to me. If you'll just tell me how much you love me or
And how pretty you
amazing
are.
I am or how much you appreciate me, then I'm okay. I've got a smile on my face for the rest of the damn day.
I just need a cute present. I mean, that's easy.
So what is your love language or love languages? Some people have a couple. I mean, you've got some people, like I've tied on one. What's the one I tied on?
That one.
Quality time and acts of service. So, I mean, it could kind of equal out on some boundaries, but get the book, or if you don't get the book, take the quiz online. Figure it out.
Well,
Figure out your spouse, your kids, your whoever,
there's
and
also
you'll become a better person
there's
or a
also
better friend.
so
or
now
better-
a tool, okay, because we are in 2020. We're in the 21st century. Shy,
pull it
where
out.
YouTube subscriptions cost nothing.
and people know how to do Instagram.
Yeah. There
Except
is
me.
a tool that you can use once you have determined what your love language is, and you and your partner can use it together. It's called Love Nudge.
Love
and
nudge.
I downloaded it just before we came down.
Not
What
Love
the hell
Nuts.
is a love nudge?
Well, darling, it is an app. It's a personal assistant for your relationship. So you and I need to go ahead and download it and start
Okay.
working on our relationship.
Well, what will it do? What's the benefits of downloading this app?
You can link it. We could link it to each other's app.
First, I'm
get
going to
points.
need their money for this.
Yeah, we do need it.
So, Love Nudge, if you're listening, I'm going to need your money.
It's still the same 5 love language people. It's
Oh.
the same thing. So you can link it to your partner's app. You can create goals that speak to your partner's love language. So my goal for you would be to tell you once a day that you are pretty and you're smart and I appreciate you. And
See, I'm already giddy.
she's really easy, y'all.
I just love it.
The unfortunate part is I didn't really mean it because number 5 is words of affirmation. It's a problem. I mean, I can tell it to you.
Well, I'll give you a gift, but it's not the right one.
but no, this one works.
Okay.
That's fine. Anyway, so no, really, you can create these goals. So whatever, you can send a nudge. So if I'm not telling you enough how much I appreciate
I can
you,
send it to you.
you can
I
message.
can nudge you.
You can message them or recommend something. So I could be like, hey, why don't you go pick me up a pink rose? Then when you do that, I track your progress and you earn points for it.
Well, that's
And so when you
stupid.
download the app, you take the test first. It
'Cause-
gives you
right.
the first thing you do is it like gives
It's
you
not
the,
stupid.
the
It-
quiz.
It
rewards-
is, because if
it
I have
rewards
to
good
ask
behavior.
for it, I don't want it.
No, you don't
know.
ask for it. You set the goals together and you determine them together, and it could be your best friend,
so will
it could
the
be your
app
partner.
send you the nudge, or do I have to
No,
send you
you'd
the nudge?
have to send the nudge.
See, then
See,
that's not worth it.
That's where
But-
I'm at too. I'm like, I don't know if because I don't want to just
It's
be
like
like,
a-
hey,
It's like I'm
give
married
me
to a
this,
dude
you
all
know?
over again. I don't want to do that.
Well, I am married to one.
No, well,
He does need a nudge.
I chose not to be.
He needs other things too. Anyway.
Stop it. All right, so let's get to your Urban Dictionary word of the day before you get divorced.
I'm not. I'm still married.
You need a love nudge.
Uh-huh. I'd probably need to reset the clock. That's what my Urban Dictionary word of the day is. It really is. Do y'all know what that means?
Reset the clock,
Mm-hmm.
like start over.
Sure. But the clock is the measurement for the last time an individual has had sex.
Ah,
So when a person has not had sex in a while, which is relative depending on the person, right?
yeah.
So you might be 2 days, I might be 2.5 months. Their clock needs to be
I
reset.
think you're pretty accurate on that.
Yeah, I know. If they fail to reset the clock, it is possible they will go crazy and do something they'll regret.
No.
Okay.
In
So-
conclusion, it is important to reset the clock every so often to maintain sanity, especially in 20.
Yes,
20.
Kathy. I'm going to need you to go reset
I
that
might-
clock tonight.
Reset the clock somewhere else.
Stop that.
Girl, you bad.
with myself.
Good gracious.
Why not? I mean, the question of the week on Girlfriends Talk Show with Sean and Kathy on Facebook is, what's your love language? Somebody answered, hey, look, it's COVID, man. You got to do what you got to do. So might just
I love
reset the
that
clock with
answer.
myself.
Well, all right.
Reset your own clock. That's
Yep.
fine.
I wind it up.
Everyone has to reset their own clock every now and
I've
then.
got so many visuals right now, and I just don't see you resetting the clock yourself.
You don't know me very well.
That's not a Kathy.
You don't know me very well.
I could see you doing that in
Kathy
Ruffles
resets her own.
on your satin pillow. That's so disturbing. All right, well,
I don't think everyone would agree with you.
here is the girlfriend's tip of the day. They wouldn't. There's a lot of people like getting your satin.
It's
Girlfriend's
silk.
tip
It
of the
is
day.
silk. Let's just clear that up.
It is silk.
It is knit by worms.
Okay, I do the satin. I do the cheap version. The one my toenails get stuck on. Girlfriend's tip of the day is read or get.
Your toenails get stuck on your sheets?
Sometimes that's why I don't get those shiny things. I get cotton. Learn your love language. Learn your partner, your kids, your best friend's love language because it will make your life so much easier.
And reset the clock.
Not by yourself, but
Oh, yeah, absolutely by yourself. Head to the yes.
all right, all together. But always stay girlfriends.
Yeah, and celebrate National Girlfriends Day on Saturday. What are we doing?
Drinking wine.
Drinking wine.
I like it.
Excellent. All right, we'll see you guys next time.